In the cradle of Bharatvarsha, where the Ganga kisses the Himalayas, a story was born, not of gods alone, but of men who became gods, and gods who bled like men. This is the Mahabharata. Satyavati, the fisher maiden, bore 2 sons to King Shantanu. The elder, Bhishma, swore a terrible oath. "I shall never sit on the throne, nor marry, so my father may wed again." His vow shook the heavens. From that silence, the Kuru line staggered forward. Years later, in Hastinapur's marble halls, 2 queens gave birth on the same cursed night. Pandavas, 5 sons of Pandu, born of divine boons. Kauravas, 100 sons of blind King Dhritarashtra, led by Duryodhana, whose envy was a living flame. Exiled to the forests after their father's death, the Pandavas grew like wild teak. Yudhishthira, the just, Bhima, the storm, Arjuna, the archer whose bow sang Gandiva, Nakula and Sahadeva, mirrors of grace. But Duryodhana's heart festered. In the Lak palace of Varanavati, he tried to burn them alive. They escaped through a tunnel dug by Vidura's warning, emerging as ghosts in the night. In Panchala, King Draupadi held a Swayamvara for his daughter Draupadi. Arjuna, disguised as a Brahmin, pierced the eye of a revolving fish by its reflection alone. 5 husbands for 1 wife. Scandal to some, Dharma to others. Krishna, the dark-skinned Yadava, smiled and said, "She was Amba reborn." You 5 are the 5 elements. Accept. Back in Hastinapur, Yudhishthira was crowned heir to half the kingdom, Indraprastha, a city of illusions built by Maya the Asura. But Duryodhana could not bear their glory. He invited Yudhishthira to a game of dice. Shakuni rolled the bones with loaded fingers. One more throw, kingdom, brothers, himself, and finally, Draupadi. In the Sabha, Dushasana dragged Draupadi by her hair. Her sari unspooled like a river of blood. She cried to Krishna, "Govinda, where are you?" Her hair turned endless. Miracle or curse, none could tell. Bhima roared, "I will drink Dushasana's blood." Bhishma wept silently. The elders looked away. Draupadi's question burned the hall. Am I a slave because my husband lost himself? 13 years. The Pandavas wandered forests where Rakshasas lurked and sages spoke in riddles. Arjuna climbed the Himalayas, won divine weapons from Shiva, learned the dance of war from Indra. In the final year, they hid as servants in King Virata's court. Bhima a cook, Arjuna a eunuch dance teacher named Brihanala. The 13th year ended. Yudhishthira asked for 5 villages. Duryodhana refused even a needle's point of land. Krishna went as envoy. Day 1. Bhishma's arrows fell like monsoon. Day 10. Shikhandi, once Amba reborn as a man, stood before Bhishma. The grandsire lowered his bow. Arjuna's arrows pierced the unpierceable. Bhishma fell on a bed of arrows, waiting for the sun's northern turn to die. Day 11. Drona took command. He formed the Chakravyuha, a spinning wheel of death. Abhimanyu, Arjuna's teenage son, entered like a moth to flame. 6 warriors closed the gate behind him. He fought alone, laughing, until they broke the rules of war and struck him down together. That night, Arjuna swore, "By dawn, Jayadratha dies, or I enter the fire." Krishna eclipsed the sun with his chakra. Jayadratha stepped out, believing the day ended. Arjuna's arrow took his head before the illusion lifted. Day 15. Drona heard a lie. Ashwathama is dead. The elephant's name, not his son's. His arms fell. Drishtadyumna beheaded the Guru. Day 16. Karma. The sun itself seemed to favor him. Kunti's secret son, abandoned at birth, raised by a charioteer. Arjuna hesitated. Krishna spoke. He wears the armor of his hatred. Strike, Karma's chariot wheels sank into the earth. Curse of a Brahmin he'd once wronged. As he bent to lift it, Arjuna's arrow found his throat. Karna died asking for water. Arjuna gave it. The sun wept gold. Day 17. Duryodhana fled to a lake, hiding beneath lotus leaves. Bhima found him. Remember Draupadi's hair? Mace on thigh. Bhima broke the rules of fair combat. Duryodhana fell, cursing the Pandavas with his last breath. Night 18. Ashwathama crept into the Pandava camp. He mistook Draupadi's 5 sons for the 5 brothers. He slaughtered them in their sleep, then unleashed the Brahmastra. Arjuna countered with his own. 2 weapons rose like twin suns. Vyasa forced them to recall the missiles, or the world ends. Ashwathama redirected his into Uttara's womb, Abhimanyu's unborn child. Krishna saved the babe, Parikshit, but cursed Ashwathama to wander immortal, his wound festering forever. Victory tasted of ash. Yudhishthira was crowned, but his eyes saw only graves. Gandhari cursed Krishna. "Your clan will die as mine did." 36 years later, it came to pass. The Pandavas ruled justly, but time gnawed at their hearts. One by one, they renounced the throne. With Draupadi and a lone dog, they began the Mahaprasthana, the great journey north. Thus ends the Mahabharata. Not with triumph, but with a question. Where was Dharma when the world burned? Krishna left his body on a hunter's arrow, smiling. The Kali Yuga began, yet the Gita's song remains. Whenever Dharma declines, I descend. Close your eyes. The war is over. The war is never over.